Destiny Talk.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Destiny Talk Live. I'm your host, Cherry G, along with my guest co-host, Jay Wesley of Cocktail Chronicles. And then we have our guest, one of my Destiny Talk Live trailblazers, Lancy Stubbs, in the house. He's the one that keeps my hair tight. Love it. I mean, you're going to get to hear from him a little bit later, learn a little bit more about him. But, I always like to open up the show with shenanigans, just things that's going on around the internet and everything, and just the stuff I see. And this one is kind of serious because we're going to have to, and I'm going to address a show about it. I'm going to see if I can get other people to join in with me on it, about this young man out in California, Sacramento, California. You heard of Stephen Clark?
I have not.
He 20-year-old got shot 20 times in his backyard. And because the cops first said he had a gun, then they said he didn't. Come to find out, all he had was a cell phone.
Oh, wow.
And he was shot down in his backyard, killed. So, and I'm looking at this young man that went up and shot up the school in Maryland, yeah. And he was arrested peacefully.
Right.
That's a problem to me. I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just trying to make sure that we stay woke, guys, that we see the different things that are happening out there. And then all of these little Facebook posts. Now, I know y'all saw the one with the husband caught his girlfriend or wife or whatever cheating, and he took a picture of it and then made T-shirts and was walking around and showed up at her job with the T-shirt on of her doing whatever.
Oh.
I know that ain't funny, but it's funny. Because,
Where did this happen?
I don't know. I don't remember where. All I was just as shocked that it was going around. I was laughing because that's something we would normally do.
Women
but to
do.
see
We just got through talking about that,
And then
on
to see
break.
this man go to his girl, the wife, I can't remember if it was girlfriend or his wife, go to her job with the shirt on, with her doing her business with this other dude. I thought that was hilarious. And he was like, oh, okay. And then I think they said in there that he showed up with flowers when he gave it to her, so with the shirt on. So why you make shirts? That's
Wow.
petty as I don't know what.
But men are emotional creatures as well.
Yeah, I know, but y'all talk about us being petty. Y'all know that, that's petty.
Yeah, that was petty.
That was petty. But it's actually kind of funny because we talk about this all the time, guys. People, y'all need to take this stuff serious. Even on a serious side, cheating and doing all that ain't necessary. That's not necessary.
Yeah, not in today's world. Just be upfront and tell them what it is.
Yeah, just give them the option or the choice to choose if they're gonna be junky or straight. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be junky, they'll do the hide and seeing with you and everywhere else. But if they're not, let it go. But don't be playing games like that.
But that comes with maturity as well. How old was
no,
this
these people
couple?
are my age, up in my
Really?
age. Come on now. We in our 50s ain't got time to be walking around with no T-shirt.
Was it a brother?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing that tickled me. I was like, oh, did he just do what I think he did? So it was kind of funny, but it was sad in the same token, And
But people fail to realize that men get hurt in relationships. Sometimes
do.
it gets dismissed that, we have feelings too.
Yeah.
And so that was taking it extreme, but
No.
we do hurt when
But
we lose a
I
relationship.
commend him for doing it that way. And let me tell you why. Because it could have been worse. He could have went after her in a whole different type of way.
Right.
Because, think about it. You walk in and you see this happening. What's your first impulse?
Yeah, man, snap. Yeah.
Right.
Go
Think about
crazy.
Orange Juice Jones. He said he wanted to run up on him and do a Rambo. And what he said, Jabby had flat blast both of you, but he chilled.
Go look that one up, Cherry.
Yeah, that song, I Saw You and Him Walking in the
yeah,
Rain.
yeah. Okay,
So,
gotcha.
that was back in the day. But he didn't, you guys. He chose to just take a picture, have it printed, and put it. I would love to have seen the people who made those T-shirts. I would have loved to see their face because, that, like I said, it was petty, but it was funny.
Right.
You guys, like I said, we got a great show coming up. We're going to be talking to Lance about his journey to where he is. We're going to follow up from like last week where we had the father and the daughters talking about their success, and he's going to tell you how his family was important to his success. So don't go anywhere. When you come back, we got a great show for you.
Become the new you at Cobb County Kia. Get 0% APR financing for 75 months on select new 2017 and 2018 Kia Forte, Sportage, Sorrento, and Optimus. Kia has been voted #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power for the second year in a row. Shop Cobb County Kia in Kennesaw and CobbCountyKia.com. Down payment will vary with APR and credit. For example, 0.0% APR with $2,500 down payment provides for 75 monthly payments of $13.33 per 1,000 finance for qualified qualified buyers. APR finance available through KMF to qualified buyers. See dealer for complete details.
Hi, I'm Viola Davis. Did you know that 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger? Growing up, I was one of those kids, but we can solve this. When we make breakfast happen for kids in our neighborhood, we have the power to end childhood hunger, create bigger, brighter school days, and healthier minds and bodies. Go to hungeris.org and lend your time or your voice.
We're hungry for more.
A message from the Albertsons Companies Foundation and the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. Today we're going to be talking to Lancy Stubbs, who is a barber at Hair Kings. I asked him to come on the show because he's one of my Destiny Talk trailblazers, and I just like his spirit. I mean, he's a young man with an old soul. Like I said, I always tell him he's been here before. So I wanted to do this segment with him because I want to make sure that our young men know out there are possibilities and things that you can do and be productive in the community. If you're listening to us on Facebook and you want to be a part of the conversation, go ahead and type your comment in the comment section and we'll read it out loud and we'll have a discussion. If you're listening to us on TuneIn Radio, do so by calling in. If you want to be a part of the conversation at 678-613-5857. And I want to give a big shout out to Jay Green and Anthony Rodriguez for tuning in. So Lance, if you could tell them a little bit about who you are and where you work for, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm Lancy Stubbs, 21-year-old barber. Been cutting for 2 years. Started out, young, not knowing where I wanted to go.
Wait a minute, I have to stop you there. He said he started out young.
Maturity wise.
Okay. So what you old now? What?
Nah, I feel old looking at things going on. But maturity wise, I was, young, thinking wise, not knowing what I wanted to do with it, where I wanted to go. Not taking the career, the craft serious. Eventually started taking it serious, and now I'm here today.
So I like what you said. He said he was young, not mature yet. So tell me, let's back up to high school. What were your aspirations in high school? How were you in high school? Did you take it serious, or what was the deal with that?
School as in intelligence wise has always been kind of like an easy road for me. Like I just breezed through school. But as in taking it serious, I really didn't take it serious. The only reason why I was really there doing it was because I was playing basketball. I love basketball. I wanted to go to the NBA. But then, of course, the reality hit. The reality of you're not going to make it to the NBA. So I started looking towards physical training. And, hopefully I was going to take it to the NBA, as in working with the players, making sure they was injured, working with, things like that. Didn't happen, it was for you to do that, you have to be in school for 10 plus years. Got to get your PhD and things like that. I knew I wasn't, committed for 10 years to go to school. So my dad, told me, man, find you a different route. I know you're not, in school. I know you're in school, but you're not interested in school, So my dad introduced me to barbering, barbering school. I did the barbering course. Took me about a year. I met the owner of the shop that I work in now, of Hair King Barbershop. Met him. He took me under his wing, showed me the craft, stood by me every day, made sure I was getting it, made sure I was taking it serious. And
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said you did it a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to be a basketball star, you're a player. You were like, no, that ain't gonna work.
Right.
Because being in the NBA and whatever, you have to have a certain level of commitment. And if you don't have that commitment and drive early, you're not gonna get there. A lot of people think I can make stuff happen off of pure talent, but it takes work with that talent. And then you said you wanted to be into the physical training part, and then you're like, no, I ain't got time for all that. But the mere fact that you said that, owned it, and then tried something different speaks volumes. Because, a lot of guys your age, you're 21 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just saying, I don't see a lot. I mean, I see them. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm saying out there that young people aren't doing this, but I see it. But you're 21, and you're out there making moves.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I asked him when I said, do you have Facebook? He was like, yeah, I don't be on it. He's 21, guys. He don't be on Facebook. I was like, what?
It could be because he's just using Instagram.
I am on Instagram.
Snapchat, because, Cherry, the thing is now, anyone that uses Facebook is officially old or considered old.
No.
That's
look
the
at
truth.
it. That's true, but I look at it in a different realm. Though. The way I look at it, Facebook to me nowadays, Facebook is just as scary as any other social media, but scarier. Okay. You see a lot of on Facebook is a lot of it's a lot of scary things. I'm just keep it like that. It's different. It's just different nowadays.
But so what keeps you grounded? What makes you say, hey, I'm not going to fall into the normal category of what everybody else think I should do?
My parents, my dad, my mom, I don't want to see them hurt, you know what I'm saying, disappointed. Like that's my biggest fear, to see my mom, especially my mom, disappointed. I didn't see them, plenty of moms crying, because their kids didn't do right, you know what I'm saying? And I refuse to have my mom, my dad, hurt over me. So
do you have other siblings?
I got 3 sisters.
And where do you fall?
I'm the middle. I got 2 older sisters, and I'm the 3rd oldest.
Oh yeah, he don't have a life, and Lord, God forbid if the man try to date, because I got my son's in the middle, and his sisters don't even play it. They ain't having that. Don't play the radio. You better come straight if you coming for this one. So guys, don't go anywhere, because I'm going to talk some more with Lance about his journey. You're listening to Destiny Talk Live. Stay tuned, guys.
Get ready. Playing the best R&B and some hip-hop on Sensation Station Network.
Attention, licensed financial professionals. Are you looking to provide client solutions for longevity risks, withdrawal rate risks, and sequence of return risks? If you answered yes, then Game Plan Financial Marketing could be right for you. We help financial professionals at every level of production by providing mentoring, sales training, and marketing support to help you grow your business. At Game Plan, our top priority is supporting you and helping you reach that next level of success on your terms, not ours. New team members receive a personalized step-by-step marketing guide to help take your business to the next level. Claim your copy today. Call Brian Cantrell at 404-889-6317. That's 404-889-6317. Offer is intended for licensed insurance professionals only.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And lead the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me. Whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
To Atlanta.
and she loves.
Good answer.
Sensation Station Network.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. If you guys are just joining us, we are talking to Lance Stubbs, Barber at Hair King. He's one of my Destiny Talk Live trailblazers. And this young man, like I said, he has an old soul. He's been here before. If you guys want to be a part of the conversation, please go ahead, type your comments in the comment section, and we will read it out on air and discuss it. If you're listening to us on TuneIn Radio, or you want to be a part of the conversation, you can call in at 678-613-5857 or type your comments in. I want to give a big shout out to Jonathan Reed, Gabriella Stubbs. I believe that's somebody you know. Petula Scott. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are just joining us, like I said, Lance says his biggest inspiration is his parents. You know, he does what he does because they drive and fuel his motivation. I'm talking to him because this is a segment where we talk about a man's worth. We want our young men and our men out there to know that we as women, we care about you and we think that you are important. Your role is important in our lives as well as others, you know. So to see a young man, he said Facebook is old. So everybody that's on Facebook, my age and over, we're old. I just been informed that we are old. He said it's scary out there, and I guess we make it scary. Is that what it is?
Nah, it's my generation. It's my generation.
But so when you're doing your advertising and stuff, what mediums do you use? Is it the Instagram?
I use Instagram the most. I use Instagram as, you know, to promote my pictures and everything like that. Facebook, I use it every now and then. I'm starting to get back into it because it is good to reach other people, you know what I'm saying, using Facebook. Other than that, I really don't promote my work on anything else, as in like Twitter and Snapchat, not really.
Just on Instagram. Yeah, I understand Instagram is more, you know,
it's
better
more business. You know, Snapchat is more personal life, you know, showing people I'm smiling, just smiling in the camera. Listen to me. That's all it is.
So tell me, you said you're the only boy and 3 girls.
Yes, ma'am.
I already know what it's like for my son, but I want to see if he's the only one going through this shenanigans. So what's that like?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and the reason why is because my 2 older sisters, my younger sister too, they all show me a lot. You know, they teach me, you know, how to treat a woman, how to respect women. My mom taught me all of that. They show you another side of yourself. Like, they show you more of a sensitive side. You know, you as a young man, I was, you know, I'm out here, I got women all around me, you know, and you have the sense of how you don't want a man to treat your sister. So you know not to treat a woman in that type of realm because you don't want your sister to go through the same thing. You
know, that's interesting to me because, Jay, I think you and I had a conversation before when we were talking about how men, you guys are taught at your early age and young that you don't show emotion. You don't show sensitivity or anything like that. And then to hear him at 21 saying it's okay to do that.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. I think in the black community especially, black men are taught not to show emotion. Yesterday, there was a show that talked about in the black family, men don't kiss their kids, or their boys, I should say. And is that inappropriate? Is it what's wrong with you kissing your son? And it's just a way of showing them love from the father because, you know, boys need that love as well.
I think it's more on a perverse level that they go with that.
Right.
Because, you know, I think if you think about it, when people come out with stuff like that, I think it's on a perverse level that they're thinking. I mean, because a male child needs affection and love just like a female child does, you know. Right. So it really is just where the mindset of that parent or that person.
And the other part of it too is that the theory is that, you know, kissing your child or man kissing his son is making the son soft, you know. So it's just crazy ways of thinking sometimes that we have in the black community. So
I don't know.
I feel like in this day of age though, it's more on the child. Like, you can be raised in the best conditions, and a child would, because of what's on social media, because of what he sees every day on the TV, or, you know, she sees, they choose to go on a different route. You know, I don't know why. That's what the generation is now. You know what I'm saying? So you can have all that, and your child still be
It's like we
take a
said
different route.
earlier. You're going to do what you want to do. You're
do,
going to
yep.
find ways to do it, no matter. And a lot of times we'll see some stuff happen with their parents, with kids, and we'll say, "Oh, their parents didn't do this." No, because there's some. I can say for me, I didn't grow up in a bad home, but I still went my own way and did my own thing, and that wasn't because my parents. I was just it was so rough that I had to do the things that I was doing. So no. So you're right. You can be the best parent in the world, and your kids will still do what they want to do. You said something also that I thought was pretty key. You said you keep yourself grounded, and your sisters are, they help you with that. What is it like with conversating with gentlemen your age? And you're a barber, so I know you hear all kind of stuff. But what is it like hanging out or being around people your age? How do you weigh, I'm going to stay in trouble or I'm not going to be in trouble? How do you pick your friends?
Well, to be honest with you, the people that I hang out with are all older than me. I can count on my hand the people I hang out that's actually my age. And the reason why is because I've always been the youngest and, around the people that I've been around. My dad always used to have me around older people his age, because it's just learning, learning from, you can learn from older people. People my age, we tend to, we learn something or we know something, we keep it to ourselves, or we look down on each other, and we're just more on a stunning, for lack of better terms, like we like to stun on each other type thing. And it's just, for me, I've never really been good at that. Like, I've tried it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the perfect person.
Right.
I've definitely tried it. Definitely tried to be something that I wasn't, and it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So, I people my age it's a different time of day.
Yeah, I can relate to that, and guys, I don't have anything wrong with the eyelashes or any of that stuff. I done tried the lace fronts, and I've tried the eyelashes, and it didn't work out. I mean, I ended up riding down the highway, taking the lace front, pink all around my forehead. I had the eyelashes on for about quick 20 minutes, running into people. I was like, if I got to do all this to be cute, I ain't cute. We just gonna stay in this realm right here. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like the fact that you said you hang with older. You just choose to surround yourself around people who are like-minded.
Right.
Okay.
You got to.
You have to, because if you don't, it'll take you down. So let me ask you this: what would you offer? What type of advice for someone your age you would offer them?
Do what makes you happy. Do what you're comfortable doing. Don't do something that you're not comfortable doing, because it's not enough time in your life to be sitting here doing something that you're not.
Because that's something you can't get back. Time you can't get back. One of our listeners, Cheryl Farrell, thank you for listening, Cheryl, says, love is never out of style. Show appropriate affection for all ages. Keep up the good work. And I think that's, I just really admire you, because like I said, when he was cutting my hair and he was talking, and I was like, I had to ask him, I said, how old are you? He's like, he said 21. I said, boy, look at here. Let me find out you've been here before. Because he's so mature for his age. I mean,
yeah,
Jay,
absolutely.
How many young guys you hear?
Right. Yeah. He has a bright future ahead of him. So I commend him. Keep doing what he's doing. Just make sure you reach back and plant positive seeds and put the knowledge in some other young brothers.
I'm glad you brought that up, because he does want to, when we open up, you can tell him, open up your shop and what else?
I want to open up a shop. I want to open up multiple shops. I want to do something for the youth. Like me and a couple other barbers, we've been talking, about doing something for young men, just to show them a different way of doing things. And because the reason why, society shows us is school. If you don't go to college, you're going to be a failure. And, none of the guys in our school, in the barbershop, we went to college, but we never finished college, And the reason, it had different life reasons, but we're not struggling, you know what I'm saying? We're not hurting, we're all doing positive things. And so we want to show that, the youth that you can do positive things. You don't have to sell drugs, dribble basketball,
And I like that, what you said, because there are other ways to make money. There are other ways to be productive, and we're going to talk more about that, guys. You're listening to Lance. Lance is out here schooling all of us. I mean, 21-year-old, let me know I'm old on Facebook. Jay's old on Facebook. Anybody on Facebook, you old. If you're my age or older, you old. You wise. Okay, wise. We'll be back.
Hey, become the new you at Cobb County Kia. We still have 0% for 75 months on Optima, Forte, Sorrento, and Sportage. We also have that 90-minute guarantee. So this is what you do. Shop Cobb County Kia in Kennesaw and CobbCountyKia.com. 90-minute guarantee by appointment only. Purchase must be on in-stock unit. 90-minute guarantee based on original customer agreement. To terms dependent on credit. Lending of $500 will be paid by check once the loan is funded by lending institution, or may be deducted from the price of the car, whichever customer chooses. See dealer for details. So this is what you do.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to savor.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Attention, licensed financial professionals. Are you looking to provide client solutions for longevity risks, withdrawal rate risks, and sequence of return risks? If you answered yes, then Game Plan Financial Marketing could be right for you. We help financial professionals at every level of production by providing mentoring, sales training, and marketing support to help you grow your business. At Game Plan, our top priority is supporting you and helping you reach that next level of success on your terms, not ours. New team members receive a personalized, step-by-step marketing guide to help take your business to the next level. Claim your copy today. Call Brian Cantrell at 404-889-6317. That's 404-889-6317. Offer is intended for licensed insurance professionals only.
Uncle Dan? Mom? Dad? If you store your guns properly, so not just anyone can get to them. I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside. Safer when walking home.
Safer when my friends come over. As your neighbor, I'll feel safer.
As a school teacher, I'll feel safer.
We'll all feel safer.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
If you're looking for that ratchet, you're in the wrong place. It's the nation's urban internet station, Sensation Station Network.
Up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. If you're just joining us, we're talking to Lance Stubbs, a barber out here at Hair King in Gwinnett, in Grayson, Georgia. And you guys, he's got some really positive things he's saying and sharing with our young men. If you guys are listening to us on Facebook and you want to be a part of the conversation, please go ahead, type your comment in the comment section. We'll read it out on air, and then we'll discuss it. If you're listening to us on TuneIn Radio and you want to be a part of the conversation, you could text or call to 678-613-5857. I want to give a big shout out to Sharon Gilbert and Daniel Taylor for tuning in. And Daniel said, my guy Lancey, definitely someone I'm glad to call a friend. I have witnessed the growth, and I am definitely proud, praying for many more blessings. So that's pretty awesome.
Shout out.
So, this is a segment where we talk to our ladies. Mm-hmm. And, and I'm glad you guys are here because I need y'all to help me with our ladies, okay? So since I'm crusty, I'm going to go over here and ask you first. I'm going to mess with you about that now because I use Facebook to, do my little advertising, but it's okay. I'm doing it out of love.
Okay.
So the ladies, young ladies, what is it? A lot of our women, young women, they have a different way of showing who they are and everything. What is it that is a turn off for you as a young man, what you see women your age do?
Turn on, maturity, being comfortable with yourself, not trying to live a facade, because in our generation, we good at that. Having a sense of ambition about yourself. Don't just sit back and think something's just going to be handed to you, sense of old schoolness.
Like that
don't
old school.
don't just be wrapped up in social media. Like, be able to detach yourself away from that and look at reality and see what it really is, because that's how I am. So I want what I am, you know what I'm saying? Not to the point where we're identical.
No, but
where we can, iron sharpen iron type thing.
So what are some of the things that you see that's a turnoff?
Arrogance, like to the point where, oh, you can't say nothing to me type thing. For, like you said, facades, like acting like you already here, you already up there in life type thing. Like, it's cool to set yourself to a higher standard, but don't do it in a way that you're crapping on people type thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you're closed minded to different things. Because when you do that, you show me that you don't want to grow in life. So,
yeah, 21.
All right.
Jay, I mean, what do you think about this?
I mean, he said some wonderful things, but he just have to realize, I would say, figure out what you want now, and as you get older, won't have problems because you'll ultimately be married, have somebody. You won't have to go through all the kissing 100
right.
to find the one in the haystack. So, if anything, do it while you're young. That's one mistake I feel like I've made is not figuring out what I wanted as a young man, although I got married at a young age. So now as I'm older, I find myself exploring a lot more, trying to sow wild oats or figure out, what type of woman that I want to be with.
And I always like to try and tell my young ladies, I used to tell my girls when they were growing up, you guys know who you are, be confident in who you are. Don't ask or wait for a man to do anything for you. You need to be able to do it for yourself. And I always just talk to them about how they dress. A guy don't want, and you guys can answer this for me. I mean, if you're showing everything, you're not leaving anything left to the imagination. So they're not really looking at anything long term with you. It's just for that moment.
That's real.
I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, so because they're. This is what I'm thinking. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. If they're showing it now, you don't know how many other people they done showed it to. So why would you want to look? I mean, take that home to the mom to meet the mama.
All right, and I have a 19-year-old son, and what I would say too is the young ladies now are fast.
Oh, yeah.
Much different from I'm 40, so much different from when I was growing up. So we are fighting to keep the women off of him, and this started as early as 13 years old with young girls sending him pictures.
Right.
We talked about a little of this on the opposite side on break, but young ladies now think nothing of showing their bodies,
right,
or being forward in saying they want oral sex things,
right,
and they're teenagers.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it just no one wanted to be known for that, and now it's
they don't care. So
yeah,
it's
they
a
don't
badge
care.
of honor.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I guess.
Do you see that in your?
It's at an all-time high right now, and the reason why is because of social media. Like I said, social media is showing, that it's okay, it's acceptable type thing, and
It really is.
and the sad part about it, and it's not. I'm not coming at parents, but it starts at home. You know what I'm saying? It definitely starts at home, and if you don't have any control over your kids, like I said, like you said, you started, monitoring his phones and seeing what people are sending to him. If you don't have no guidance over that, and you're not checking it, then that's what's going to happen.
What are your thoughts on women that are forward? Do you have an issue with a woman approaching you?
Nah.
Of course not. He's 21.
Do you see a lot of that? Like, does it happen? Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it happens probably more nowadays than in the past? Not that you probably
you talking about person with me or with just
overall?
Nah, overall, yeah. It's definitely happening. I'm seeing, just like I said on Twitter. I be on Twitter here and there. I would see women proposing to men. Now, that's at an all-time high right now,
happening.
And people are.
I don't care if they propose. I mean, I don't care about any of that. But my problem is like you guys both said, is the lack of self
Self-love.
right?
That's what it is.
You know, because and not because you proposing to a guy that means you don't have self love. I'm talking about when you're on there and you got to show yourself in a thong or a little bit of no clothes on, or you're posting pictures just to see how many likes you can get, how many dudes are going to hit you up. You don't even understand the world you're putting yourself in. So how do you maintain all of that with the girls? Because I'm sure, well, since you ain't on Facebook, they probably be blowing up your Twitter, I'm sure, or what is it? Instagram, DM out there. They're DMing you. My bad. I'm so sorry.
To be honest, you know, like I said, my dad's my biggest mentor. You know, of course, John. You know, that's the owner of the shop at Harry King. That's my second biggest, and you know, Trey. Shout out to them dudes, but they let me know what's real and what's not. You know, and you know, people are here for the season. You know, and not for the long term. You know what I'm saying?
So for the season. You know what? I'm learning some new phrases. I'm gonna write that down.
I get it all from my dad, but you know, I don't.
You know, I like the fact that you take your time and you're
I got tunnel vision.
Okay.
You know, that's
like
that's
that.
why I'm focused on one thing, and you know, again, that I can't be distracted by it.
Are your parents still married?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Been married for a long time.
They like me crusty.
Yeah,
you know I'm not gonna let you live that down, right?
It's all right. It's all right.
No, but I like that. I like the fact that you are so grounded, and I hope my young ladies are out there listening. You're listening to someone probably your age or around your age that is doing something, making money, legit money. You know, you're not running around jumping behind bushes and, you know, and doing all other kind of stuff. But he's letting you guys know you got to have some substance about you in order to get a man that has some substance about himself. Because, you know, a man, don't a man want to take something less than what he has home. You guys, I hope you are paying attention. And ladies, listen, this is a young man. We're going to find out. I'll find out, ladies, because I know some of y'all were hitting my page up and asking me about Mr. Lance. We'll check on it. But I want you guys to make sure you stay tuned because he's giving some great information. And you're listening to Destiny Talk Live.
Sensation Station Network. Never achieved before.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. This is the part of the show where we get requests to put prayers out there for our listeners. Ask us to have our audience join and agree with them on prayer. So I want to send some prayer requests out for Ken Merchant Coleman. He lost his sister. So you guys, that's a high school friend. We were real tight at home. I want you guys to pray for him and his family. William Thomas, whose mother-in-law passed away. He's also a childhood friend. Please pray for his family. Linda Allen, also a childhood friend. Her grandson is in the hospital, but please pray for him. Tammy Rodriguez, Pata Negra, Sierra Ross, Queen Latifah, you guys know her mother passed away. Please keep her in your prayer. Joan Granillo, Stephen Clark, and Jalen Wiley. Her family is she's the young girl that was in the recent shooting out at St. Mary's County in Maryland. Their daughter's still in critical condition. And Stephen Clark is the young man that was shot 20 times. Also, Eric Dallas Cowboy Garrett. His family was in a car accident. Please pray for them. And Melvin Watt. He wants us to pray for his mother. And also, we have one more that I need you guys. If you're living in the Sacramento, in Albuquerque, New Mexico area, we have Kaylin Giron. She's 5'5", weighs 120 pounds. Reddish brown hair, and was last seen wearing black and white striped top with gray sweatpants. She is, her parents say she has suicidal tendencies and they need some help. Her post will be on my page. If you guys see her or know any information, please contact her mother, Maria, Maria Jiron. She is on Facebook. Please let her know if you see her daughter. You guys are listening to Destiny Talk Live.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
And so a new American industry has been born.
Sensation Station Network.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. If you're just joining us, we have Lance Stubbs here in the house. He's a barber at Hair King out in Gwinnett. We also have my co-host helping me out here, Mr. Wesley of Cocktail Chronicles. Guys, if you're listening and you want to be a part of the conversation, go ahead and type your comment in the comment section. We'll read it out on air and discuss it. If you are listening to us on TuneIn Radio and you want to be a part of the conversation, you can call or text to 678-613-5857. Want to give a big shout out to William Thomas for tuning in, and Gabriella Stubbs. I take it that's your sister, right?
That's my older sister.
Yeah, so she said your parents were married 29 years.
29 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that's a great segue to bring that in, because this is where we talk about our families now.
Okay.
And I know you said you have a big family support.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
So, explain that a little to the listeners.
They don't let me quit type thing. Like they always keep me, like I said, focused. Let me know what's real. They don't sugarcoat nothing. They don't sell me no fairy tale type thing. You know, sisters, they make sure that I'm not getting in trouble. Like my parents make sure I'm not getting in trouble. My sisters, they
So
own
new
it.
level,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
They own
right,
it.
so I understand.
You know, my dad is like hero type thing. Like, you know, I look at him as like somebody that plays basketball look at LeBron James type thing, you know.
Oh,
like,
man, that just made my heart smile, you know. No, and I say that because we had 2 young ladies on the show last week, and that's how they felt about their dad. That's why I do what I do, because I want men to understand just how important you are.
It's
You're
definitely
very important into your kids' lives. You got to be there, the good, the bad, and the ugly. My thing is, like you said, don't sugarcoat it. If you've done something, own up to that. But let them know that they can walk through, and I like that. And I know, with you being the only son, look.
They don't play.
Yeah, my son is by himself, so I already know. My daughter's.
You know, I get annoyed with it sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, my dad, my mom, they call me at 12 o'clock in midnight. Where you at? You good? I don't sleep, you know. But but they just make sure everything is settled with me, because they it's a scary world out here, especially for a young man my age.
Yeah.
You know, just like you just talk about the 20-year-old getting shot, 20 times for no reason. Right. So they make sure that I'm not putting myself in any situations that I have to worry about, stuff like that. So
I like that. And I also want to give a big shout out to Ronnie. Thank you for tuning in. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it takes a village to raise a child, and it seemed like he has that just under his own roof, with his mother, father, sisters. But fostering of one's development is truly needed. And as long as I don't care how old he gets, I'm sure it's always going to be the same, as it should be, because you always need support. So it's wonderful. I love to hear it.
And I'm gonna say this too. The Hair King Barbershop, that's like the family away from my family.
I can see that.
It's those guys have showed me so much about myself that I didn't know, about myself. That's why, I contribute my maturity, to my parents and to them, because when I first got in there, I was like I said, I was young, mind wise. I was just like any other 19-year-old, out here trying to wear all the flyest clothes, trying to buy all the coolest stuff, but not looking at the bigger picture. You spend all your money on this right now, but what are you setting yourself up for later type thing? So they showed me, how to do that, how to, read people, how to discern people, type thing. So you gotta, like I said,
I think that's really good. And like I said, when you have a family and you have people in your corner that's supporting you and helping you get to the next phase in life, that's always good. And you sounds like you got a strong family support. And I've been in the shop, and the guys are pretty cool, even though, they don't understand about greatness, and that's Cowboys. We'll talk about that later. You guys don't go anywhere, because, we're going to come back with some more information. We're going to give you some tips on how you too can be good about what you do.
Sensation Station Network. Say about that.
Attention, licensed financial professionals. Are you looking to provide client solutions for longevity risks, withdrawal rate risks, and sequence of return risks? If you answered yes, then Game Plan Financial Marketing could be right for you. We help financial professionals at every level of production by providing mentoring, sales training, and marketing support to help you grow your business. At Game Plan, our top priority is supporting you and helping you reach that next level of success on your terms, not ours. New team members receive a personalized, step-by-step marketing guide to help take your business to the next level. Claim your copy today. Call Brian Cantrell at 404-889-6317. That's 404-889-6317. Offer is intended for licensed insurance professionals only.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch, or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie, but Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to save.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction.
Invest $49 a month at a real gym.
For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda, that's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. If you're just joining us again, we're talking to Lance Stubbs out of Hair King Barber. Want to give a big shout out to Verna Nixon all the way in Kuwait that's tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in to us. So now we have our open forum and we just talk about just different things. We've been asking you a lot of questions. So I don't want you to ask us any questions. No, I'm just but I want to know from you. Just give us your thoughts on just where the state of the world is right now in your mindset for kids your age or young people your age.
Scary.
You said scary like 3 or 4 times, but scary.
That's what it is. It's scary out here. And the reason why is because it's not a sense of what's the word? Not a sense of guidance no more. You know,
direction.
People, it's like almost as in people has given up, type thing. I used to hear like when Obama was in office, I heard more hope type thing. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's like, we see what's going on now. We just be like, oh, that's just a norm. We ain't gonna do nothing about it no more. We don't want to talk about it. We just gonna let it happen type thing.
Yeah, that's really scary. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, having a 19-year-old myself, I definitely fear for him all the time, and so it is, especially being a young black man, always trying to teach him, if you get pulled over, this is what to do, this is what not to do, because we've seen many examples of where young black men are incarcerated at a higher level, abused at a higher level from police, right. And so they have to know how to handle these situations.
And it's sad because I know everybody saw the video of the cop in Cobb County that was, that in itself was just like, wow. We can't not do anything. Mm-hmm. We all have to come together. And this is where I like to always say, when we're as a family, we got to cut out all of this bickering and nonsense, and we got to come together and make sure we're protecting one another, especially our young men. And it's an all-time high. Y'all are walking around with targets on your back. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty sad. It
makes it even worse that the older men are in competition with the younger men type thing. And when I say that, it's like, you got. I'm not saying all older men are, right. But you got a good amount of older men and look at young men and just be like, I was doing this at your age. Let me do it too, type thing. Like, I'm gonna show you how to do this the right way. And the way what I mean by that is like, they would see us, they see how we wear our pants, or you know what I'm saying, and they be like, oh, y'all ain't, they come down at us. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I see them put it on, and I'm like, you ain't got no business with them pants on. Right. Now, the biggest thing I hate to see, now, if you can do it, mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there, but you 50 years old, and you got your pants hanging down. Mm-hmm. Y'all saw my face. I'm going to roll my eyes one more time for you. That is not cute. I don't want to see that. You too old for that. Or you see them out here with the skinny jeans. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all know y'all need to leave them jeans right up on that shelf. Right. They pick up. You've seen that, right? I've seen some. You don't. Listen, you have to be a certain weight to be having on skinny jeans. If you 145 and your stomach is hanging over something, do not put on skinny jeans. Because that's not for you. But I understand. I can relate to what you're saying because I see a lot of that. I even had someone my age tell me that the only reason why he was trying to holler at me was because women my age don't get no attention and I'm cute. Wow. He said he usually dates younger women, but since I was cute, he gonna try to holler at me. Okay, I don't know if I was supposed to be flattered by that or insulted, but right. But I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's weird, but it happens, and like I say, it makes it even harder on young man to not have that sense of bravado or that sense of that chip on his shoulder of I can't listen to an older man, right. Because he's not telling me something to help me. He's telling me something so he can be in competition with me. You know right. what I'm saying? So.
And that's sad because then too you got a lot of your young ladies that look up to older men because they're buying them everything they want. They're going to get those hairs done, the nails done, and it's like, to me it's sad because you're selling yourself for $25 or $250, whatever your hair costs, and it does make it hard on you guys because the younger girls are looking at the young men saying, hey, well,
what you gonna do
up him? Yeah, paying rent, buying cars. Ain't nobody got time for that. I tell my son all the time, you buy for a woman when you want to buy for her, not when she's looking at you expecting you to do it. And I told my girls, you don't look at a man expecting them to buy you nothing. You need to have a job and make the money and get it yourself.
Yep.
You don't look around. I mean, what? Like my daughter used to say, my son ain't no Bank of America. He's not Bank of America. SunTrust, BB&T, whatever y'all want to call it. They're not a credit union either,
Gotta make some deposits too.
Right, yeah.
So not just withdraw.
So I can imagine that. Is it hard for you to find young ladies your age that are on your level?
It's tough because, like I said, we live in such a social media world, that we intake, so easy. We are very vulnerable of a mind. So we see something we see something on TV or we see something on Instagram or Snapchat, and normally be celebrities. That's the craziest thing. We see celebrities, doing something, we be like, oh, we supposed to be doing that too. But we don't see what they had to do to get, what they got. What I'm saying? We only see what they, what they doing. So,
So what do you think about this not being able to really discipline? In effect, the parents not being able to really discipline their kids. What, you think that could be the reason why this generation has gone left?
That's a big reason why. And I don't know if it's that they can't. It's a sense of, I see fear.
Because some parents, if you holler at your kid right now, you're going to jail. Defects coming in, if you whatever. So
that, and it's men, as in it's. Nowadays, I remember when I was younger, my mom never took me into the barbershop. My mom took me into the barbershop one time, and the only reason why she took me because it was a hair salon that, and she went to the hair salon. Nowadays, you see more mothers bringing their sons into a barbershop than you see men do, and I feel like it's a lack of men, nowadays in the young men's life. You have more women taking that role. Or trying to take that role, but a woman can't show a man how to be a man.
I'm so glad you said that because I think, Jay, we had a show when I had mentioned that. I mean, I was a single mother, but I could not teach my son. I could teach him how to treat a woman and what I would like a man to be, but I couldn't teach him how to be a man. And a lot of women, I could teach. No, you can't. I'm trying to tell you, you can't. You don't understand that dynamics. But I had a good family unit, or mentors, the guys that I knew that I trusted that my son was around.
You can definitely see the difference, when you see the guys, the young men that come in with their dads, they act different. Like when you see the little boy, the young men that come in with the mothers, they get in the chair and they slouching or they got an attitude,
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But young men that come in with their dad, they know I don't straighten up if their dad is doing discipline them like they're supposed to. You have some fathers that come in and they just be like, whatever type thing.
So it's more than just being there so they can see you. It's about being a part.
It's being involved.
Involved.
You gotta be involved. So.
I like that.
Yes, and he's exactly right. Because a fatherless child ultimately become prone to a lot of different things, from drugs to gangs to just a number of things.
Well, and again, I'm going to go back because you said it deals with family. Now, I don't. My kids. Like I said, I was a single mom for a majority of their life, but we didn't have those issues. They weren't prone to drugs or any of those because I was a mama. And a lot of times parents, they forget that when you have children, you don't have free time no more. It ain't your time. You got a responsibility now. And then once that responsibility is taken care of and you hand them off to adulthood, then you have your time. So I don't feel like I missed out on anything, but I don't take comments from parents to say, oh, the dad wasn't around, so my son got into this, he had to do. No.
But statistics do show
it's
that
true,
they're
though.
more likely to be in jail.
And it's true. I'm not disputing. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying it's sad that that's what we have to use as a crutch.
Right.
So I get that look all the time because I like, when people say, "Oh, I know you got two girls. I know you had a problem." No, No, I had it.
Right.
You know, we
Sharing
didn't.
subs and
We didn't talk about 5 different times. I didn't have to tell you but once.
Mhm.
And then after that, if I gave you the side eye or if I said your government name, then you knew it was a
you
problem.
Kids aren't like that nowadays where you could just, my mother used to be able to just look at you,
Yeah.
give you this look, and you just
knew not
stopped
to
it.
play. You
Yeah.
knew not to play.
But now you could look, and even with my son, I mean, when he was growing up, I could look at him, he'd be like, what? Huh? What you
No.
mean?
No. I'm telling you now, they
Like,
31,
yeah.
27, and 28. They look. I be like, what?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, okay.
I know not to play with my mom.
Yeah, no, I don't. Even, my mother's 85, and I ain't gonna try her. I'm in Georgia. She in Florida. I still ain't trying her. You guys don't go anywhere. You're listening to Destiny Talk Live.
The world is changing.
And we are changed. Sensation Station Network. Radio of Dumbbell.
You cannot let a fear of failure, or a fear of comparison, or a fear of judgment stop you from doing what it is you're doing.
Let's talk about
Destiny.
Destiny Talk. Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. I'm your host, Cherry G, along with my co-host today, Jay Wesley with Cocktail Chronicles. We're talking to Lance Stubbs, our barber out at Hair King. He's one of my Destiny Talk Live trailblazers. If you are listening to us, we are on, you can listen to us, on social media at Facebook as well as TuneIn Radio. If you want to be a part of the conversation, go ahead and type your comment in the comment section if you're on Facebook, and we'll answer it. If you're listening to us on TuneIn Radio and you want to text or call in, you can do it at 678-613-5857. At the top of the hour, Lance explained about his journey getting to becoming a barber and so forth, and he gave some pretty good encouraging words to our young men out there, his age and just men in general. You know, you've got to stay on your grind. He said you have tunnel vision. You focus on what you're going to get and go get it. So I liked what you said about saving your money, that you don't have to be out there in the latest and freshest kicks, because I'm the type, I don't want my change hitting me in the back, being mad at me at the store because I'm leaving them.
Right.
So, and you're pretty fashionable. I know every time I see you, you fly. You look really good. Is that still a good word? Cause
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I got to check. Y'all, he told me in the first hour I was old because I was on Facebook. Wise. I'm sorry, wise because I'm on Facebook. But no, seriously. You, I know you said you went to school for different things, and your journey hasn't always been rose cake. It hasn't been easy. But what made you just settle down and say, hey, I'm not going to be like this person?
Parents. Go back to my dad and my mom. They said, my mom and my dad always used to tell me, we did what we had to do. Now you got to do. You got to get where you need to be. So I knew I wanted to be successful. I knew I wanted to always buy nice things and look good, look presentable. And I knew that the only way I could do that is to work, is to go out and work for what I wanted. So, I did what I had to do, went to school. When I first started in the barbershop, I was, messing people up, constantly. I ain't gonna lie. It became times where, the owner used to be like, all right, man, you just got to sit back and watch, you know what I'm saying? But that made me who I am today. You got to, failure, you have to go through failure to get, to success. You know what I'm saying? You got to. So what we say at Hair King Barbershop, you got to trust the process. You got to trust the process. If you ain't got the process, then you don't have nothing, so.
I like that he said you have to have failure before you have success, because a lot of people think it's what do you call it, a microwave society. Right. I could just do it, bam, bam, and get
especially his
generation.
That's
my generation. That's thick in my generation. Like you said, we only see what they show us, type thing. They only show us the diamonds and stuff, but they didn't show us how they got that. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say they people like to see the baby, they don't like to see the pregnancy. They don't like to see you go through the pregnancy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I learned that early, and I know, it's not just going to be silver and gold. You're going to have to go through the work, the rough times. So.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that you know that there's work to whatever it is to be successful, to get to where you're trying to get to. What do you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, with life, definitely you're going to have failure in order to be successful. I've owned a couple of businesses that have not necessarily succeeded in the way that I would have liked them to have. But I would just say, just keep doing what you're doing, and just more is going to come your way. So I'm definitely inspired hearing your story, and as you said, Cherry, the wisdom that goes along with this young man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's really refreshing. We joke around a lot,
Yeah.
and but it is refreshing for you to be 21 years old and you're grounded. You know that things don't just come to you because you blink or you see it and it's just going to fall in your laps. Like you said that when you started out, you were messing up some heads. I mean, I mean, probably you had them running around and they looking at you like, man, you for real right now?
Man, I used to go through so much at that point. I actually, thought about quitting, not even doing it no more. But I remember, the past things I was doing, like basketball, I didn't make it in that. Physical training, didn't do that. So I was telling myself, nah, I ain't going down that route.
You're not going down 3 strikes, you're not going to be out. Yeah, so
you ain't striking me out.
You still in the game.
I'm very fun, so I'm knocking out the park with this.
And you're doing a really good job. I like the fact, and like I said, at the barbershop, it's a really comfortable arena, especially for women and their children when they come in. I'm comfortable when I go in. I mean, you guys are very respectful when you walk in the shop. I mean, you talk about, the Madden game, but y'all are very respectful for the most part. So you guys, all I'm saying is if you're in the Gwinnett area, we're going to tell you a little bit later on how you can find Lance and he can be your barber. You're listening to Destiny Talk Live.
I'm taking over this territory. From now on, it's mine.
Sensation Station Network.
They say everyone should have one. I'm thinking about getting me an appointment.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me. Whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Become the new you at Cobb County Kia. Get 0% APR financing for 75 months on select new 2017 and 2018 Kia Forte, Sportage, Sorento, and Optimus. Kia has been voted #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power for the 2nd year in a row. Shop Cobb County Kia in Kennesaw and CobbCountyKia.com. Down payment will vary with APR and credit. For example, 0.0% APR with $2,500 down payment provides for 75 monthly payments of $13.33 per 1,000 finance for qualified buyers. APR finance available through KMF to qualified buyers. See dealer for complete details.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. We are talking to Lance Stubbs, barber here at Hair Kings in Gwinnett. He is one of my Destiny Talk Live trailblazers, and I've got Jay Wesley with Cocktail Chronicles with us. I want to give a big shout out to Tangela Park Thank you for tuning in there, sir. If you are listening to us and you want to be a part of the conversation, go ahead, type your comments in the comments section. We'll read it out on air, and then we'll discuss it. If you are listening to us on TuneIn Radio and you want to be a part of the conversation, you can text or call to 678-613-5857. You guys, Lance has been really just very inspirational, dropping some knowledge on all of us right now, because it is the younger generation now, they're out of control. I mean, they're running in, shooting up schools. Some of them are just giving up, as he said, giving up on life, and they're looking for that microwave society. But, you know, he said earlier in the show, too, you had two things that you tried to do, and that wasn't successful, and you were going to be doggone if the third one wasn't going to be successful. Yeah. So you made it happen, even to the fact that you said you were messing up people's heads, but you said, I got to get this. Gotcha. And you kept going. It didn't discourage you. Did that also help that the guys in the shop encouraged you?
Man, to a whole nother extent. They did it in a different way, though. They did it in a tough love type of way, you know, because I don't have any brothers, and they knew that. So they did it in a brotherly, tough love type way. They made sure that I knew I messed their head up. Like, they joked about it, but they didn't do it to the point where I wanted to. Like, nobody else wanted to come to me. You know, you messed up. Let me show you how to do this real quick, though. You know what I'm saying? And
so they were there just to clean up, and you could see what they were cleaning up for you and to help you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's pretty cool. That's, I mean,
something you don't get.
You don't get that.
Something that's not regular. You know, I didn't been in shops, you know, just sitting down and, you know, looking around because everybody needs a haircut. So before I started, you know, cutting hair, I used to see barbers hating on each other, barbers fighting on each other, you know, fighting each other, trying to steal clients and stuff. Where we at, you know, we don't have to do that.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's enough for everybody. That's what we preach. You know, trust the process. Trust that just because you didn't get that client, somebody else finna walk in right after that, you know.
I like that. And you do have people that come back that ask, that are regular. Like I know I sent some people up this past weekend to get their hair cut, but they said they waited an hour and they still couldn't even get into the chair. And to me, that speaks volumes because you had people waiting, and they were like, no, we waiting on him. You know? But that makes me proud that you stuck to your guns and that you're out there doing what you have to do. And then, like, you're a role model for a lot of young men. And a lot of you that are watching, you should see that just because something doesn't go your way the first time or the second time, that doesn't mean you need to give up and quit. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep moving forward. I want to give a big shout out to Shelly Langley Jones, Emmanuel Childers for tuning in. Thank you so much. Jay, do you have any questions for
So we talked about discipline earlier. I'm curious to know how your parents disciplined you, or was discipline in the house. So did you get spankings?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I definitely got them, you know, but that wasn't the only part of discipline, though. You know, it was making sure you know what you did wrong. You know what I'm saying? Not just, I'm just spanking and let you go. They you know, if it was bad enough for a spanking, they gave you a spanking, but they let you know, all right, not to do it no more. You know, this is what's going to happen if you do it. This is what's going to happen in the real world if you do it, you know. We always had a sense of this is home, but outside it's different. They're not going to take it as easy, you know. And but they always told us, you know, we love you type thing. Even when, you know, after whipping, I did it because I love you, you know.
Was there ever a time that you went left, you know, wasn't doing the right thing, maybe went down the wrong pathway?
Nah.
Completely?
Nah. And like I said, and the reason why is because, for one, I got a dad, I got a father that he showed me early not to, you know, what this is, like I said, this is what's going to happen if you go left. My mom showed me this is going to happen if you go left. And you know, my dad always say a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. So I'm looking at my friends getting in trouble, my friends, you know, going to jail, you know, other people going to jail. And I just said, okay, I know not to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not worth, you know, doing right now. So.
And the mere fact that you separated yourself from the nonsense. I want to give a big shout out to Dwayne Cox for tuning in, and I believe he's out in Afghanistan. Thank you so much for tuning in. So you said they sat and talked with you about once you get in trouble. You know, and I know, Jay, you can think back because we grew up around the same time. My parents give you a spanking, then they tell you love you. You look at them like, what? Are you serious right now? You just told me out the front. Right.
I didn't even get to love you. It was spanking itself. So.
You know, you'd be like, wait, how you love me? You just whooped
me.
You know?
But, you know, the other interesting thing, you know, even growing up is, you know, if you were told that you were going to get a whooping later, You know, when
You
she
got
get
it.
home from work, like you literally sat in fear.
Yep.
The whole day.
Yeah, that was
now-
worse than whooping itself. You know, but now, you know,
just
there's
laugh at it.
it's no fear there.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Audrey Champer for tuning in. Thank you for listening. But you're right. I've seen these shows where I can't control my 6-year-old or my 7-year-old. I saw this one where the 2 kids was beating up the mom, calling her stupid. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, at what planet am I on?
You let it happen early.
No.
You can't let that happen.
Listen, I have a 4-year-old granddaughter, and she understands what it
got to.
is,
That's
you know. And you don't have to do a whole lot. She just knows, and I think it goes back again to the whole discipline. And I think it's the lack of discipline, the reason why we're having all of this nonsense happening. I really do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys stay tuned.
Sensation Station Network.
Break yourself, fool!
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Attention, licensed financial professionals. Are you looking to provide client solutions for longevity risks, withdrawal rate risks, and sequence of return risks? If you answered yes, then Game Plan Financial Marketing could be right for you. We help financial professionals at every level of production by providing mentoring, sales training, and marketing support to help you grow your business. At Game Plan, our top priority is supporting you and helping you reach that next level of success on your terms, not ours. New team members receive a personalized, step-by-step marketing guide to help take your business to the next level. Claim your copy today. Call Brian Cantrell at 404-889-6317. That's 404-889-6317. Offer is intended for licensed insurance professionals only.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm more resourceful than I thought.
My suit can still make an impression.
My video games are still game changers.
And my lamp can bring others a bright future.
Because when I donate my stuff to Goodwill,
It helps fund job placement and training for people right in my community.
Now my stuff gets a second chance.
and will give someone in my community
a second chance too.
Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. That's goodwill.org. This message brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Sensation Station Network.
This is my Mac Daddy vibe I'm giving you in all of its splendor. What's up?
Sensation Station Network.
Radio, not dumbed down.
Up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a place.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. We are talking to Lance Stubbs, the barber at Hair Kings out in Gwinnett. He is one of our Destiny Talk Live trailblazers, and he was talking and giving some encouraging words to our young men to continue the process. It's not a microwave society. It's not going to happen overnight. Work and dedication and determination helps fuel your success. So now we were talking earlier, too, in the first hour about women. What is it that men like to see and what attracts them? And, you know, he wants someone that has like-minded like him, that's a go-getter and out there doing what they need to do. And like Jay was saying, that they don't want to see everything you got. They want to guess. They want to be surprised. You know?
I don't mind. I don't remember saying that.
We're trying to promote.
But the
positive.
thing of it is 40-year-olds, you know, they aren't DMing. They don't do those things. But the younger generation see no problem with it. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is that how it can come back and bite them later on in life.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
To be very cautious and very careful.
You don't want to, if you're out there, a single young lady, and I, you know what? I don't think they even care because you don't want your kids to be falling into a video and see some stuff. You know, I saw a video the other day where the grandma was twerking and then got on a handstand and I was like, what? I told my kids if I ever did that, don't even wait. Call somebody with the white jackets, come get me because I have totally lost my mind. So, but the thing for me, though, is for the young ladies, I want you to be the queens that you are. And queens don't walk around sharing their business like that. They don't walk around doing things that aren't, appropriate. And I'm all about being forward. I'm all about you being who you are and comfortable in your skin, but you also have to be
you. You gotta be you.
Yeah, you gotta
find a king. If you're gonna be a queen, you gotta find a king that's gonna take you for you.
Yeah, and
you gotta find somebody that's comfortable in themselves as well, though.
Yeah, because you hear a lot of these young women get with these men that beat on them and run them down and talk about them.
It's insecurity of a man, though. If you gotta do all that, because you're trying to psychologically trap a woman into not finding something else.
You know what? I'm about to run around this building. He said, "What? Let me find out." Yeah, I want to see your driver's license before we leave here. But he is so serious about that, and that came from a young man just now.
Right. Yeah.
I know. I saw your face too. Like, what did you just say? Okay, then. That's deep, and I like that. I like that, but it also says to our women, hey, you got to know better about yourself. A man put their hands on you. You don't need that in your life.
Yeah, you can't hate yourself so much that you
allow that.
You love them so much that you hate
yourself. Right.
But Jerry, what's your thoughts on the Nick Gordon situation where he called the police, and I'm not sure if you all heard this.
No.
He's the estranged boyfriend to Whitney Houston's daughter.
Okay.
And he was just arrested, but they have him on a recording calling the police saying, I feel so lame because I'm getting beat up by a woman and nobody will help me. And he was on the radio, on calling the police, he's saying she just threw a bottle at me, and you can hear the bottle kind of whistling past.
And that's the breakdown in the law, because we've had this conversation. Men get abused too. Don't get it twisted. There are some of us out there, women out there, that are very domineering. We're very what do I want to say? We're destructive, and we will come. And I told you guys on the show before, I was the bully. Mm-hmm. When you're bullied, you turn into a bully. You understand? So yes, I think he was. If they arrested him, he got an epic fail. That was an epic fail on their part, because he was calling for help. She should have been the one that was taken in.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't look at it that it's okay for a woman to hit a man. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. And like you said, you shouldn't let a man beat you down and you stay there, because that just shows I don't love myself enough to put myself in a safe environment. I want to give a big shout out to Lita, Cynthia. Thank you so much for tuning in. But for women, do you have any daughters?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you're lucky. You don't have any girls. But the thing is, I have two daughters, and I have to say I was very blessed. They're both married, and we went through our little changes, not to so bad or whatever, And I tease my oldest one. I always tell everybody she was my thug, because she was the one she'd swing first, ask questions later. But she grew out of that. But what I'm saying is that she had to get to that phase in life to where she understood, hey, I have to be a little bit different for me.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, trust the process.
Running and checking the dudes' cell phones and email accounts. Please stop that. Because what is that? That's insecurity there. Why would you waste your precious time?
But on top of that, it shows that you don't trust that person. So, without trust, you have nothing. So what's the point?
He said without trust.
It's true, though.
We're going to have his driver's license up on the next break.
That's what it is, though.
But your parents should be very proud. Your sisters should be very proud. Everyone that has done something or been with you to help you grow in your life, they should be very proud at this moment. Because, and I'm saying that sincerely, because it is refreshing to hear someone your age, a young man, with the knowledge that you have. You keep doing that, because you're very much a role model. And you're going to bring those that want to be in your circle up to your standards, and you're going to help a lot of other young men see their way through, even young women. Because there's women that are going to want to be in your corner. You're not a bad-looking young man. They're going to want to be in your corner, but they know now what they have to do to be in your world.
Right. Yes.
And that's important. Stay to that. Stay true to that. Don't dumb down. I mean, that's what we do here at the station. Sensation Station Network says it's radio, not dumbed down. Mm-hmm. We don't do stuff to get a rating, because we're going to get a rating because we're great at what we do. And I like that motto. So don't dumb down anything that you do. Jay, I mean, I'm like I'm his mama over here just happy.
Right, yeah.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, it's definitely powerful, and we need more examples of this. And I commend you for bringing them on the show so that people can see an example of a great role model for young black men. Because, you know, some people look at Barber and then they don't think of it as a grand career, or they don't give it the props that it takes. But as he just mentioned, he's gone to school, he's done the apprenticeship, he's put the time in of learning. You know, it's a respectable career where he's not selling drugs, he's not robbing, he's not killing. So.
No. He's out, and but what I like about it too, and the reason why I brought him in, because like I said, when I sat down in his chair and he was talking to me, and I was like, this boy cannot be 20. I said, how old are you? And it was just our conversation. But what we were saying earlier, and people forget, you go to the hair salon, that's just like getting your barber, or to the hair salon, the nail, and the bartenders, and everybody tell their life.
Yeah, and a lot goes into barber, and like there's so much to learn, as he mentioned. You know,
guys,
it's not as easy as people think it is to do.
Right, no, it's not. So guys, listen, you know, Lance is over here. We're going to check his ID, and we'll let you know when we come back and make sure he is exactly 21. But you guys stay tuned. We got some more stuff for you.
Become the new you at Cobb County Kia. Get 0% APR financing for 75 months on select new 2017 and 2018 Kia Forte, Sportage, Sorento, and Optimus. Kia has been voted #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power for the second year in a row. Shop Cobb County Kia in Kennesaw and CobbCountyKia.com. Down payment will vary with APR and credit. For example, 0.0% APR with $2,500 down payment provides for 75 monthly payments of $13.33 per 1,000 finance for qualified buyers. APR finance available through KMF to qualified buyers. See dealer for complete details. Attention, licensed financial professionals. Are you looking to provide client solutions for longevity risks, withdrawal rate risks, and sequence of return risks? If you answered yes, then Game Plan Financial Marketing could be right for you. We help financial professionals at every level of production by providing mentoring, sales training, and marketing support to help you grow your business. At Game Plan, our top priority is supporting you and helping you reach that next level of success on your terms, not ours. New team members receive a personalized, step-by-step marketing guide to help take your business to the next level. Claim your copy today. Call Brian Cantrell at 404-889-6317. That's 404-889-6317. Offer is intended for licensed insurance professionals only.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably?
It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober.
Yeah, I'm probably okay. Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is John Legend. Hey, what's happening, man? It's the King speaking.
This is Jeremiah. Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
You gotta be.
Sensation Station Network.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. I'm your host, Cherry G, along with my guest host, Jay Wesley with Cocktail Chronicles, and we have Lance Stubbs in the house from Hair King. Off the air, we were talking about understanding the barber, being a barber, the business of it. And I want you to share to them what you were sharing to us about it, respecting the craft, because, you know, a lot of people don't take barbering seriously. But you guys got to go to school. You got to learn different things. You got to know how to keep your equipment clean, because of the fact people could get fungus and stuff, and you don't want all the nonsense. But you were saying something that was really, really key, and that was people respecting the position they're in. You know, when clients come in, you don't want them waiting.
Right. You gotta you definitely gotta stay on top of it. You gotta respect the person. You gotta respect your craft. You gotta respect yourself. What I mean by respecting yourself, you know, don't try to overwork yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because people look at us as, you know, we are serving you. We are, you know, servants to you, but at the same time, we have a life outside of the shop. You know, that, and like I said, you know, respecting your craft when you get it, because there's gonna be a time if you do what you're supposed to do, as taking the process, you know, learning, stay on top of it, you're gonna get good. You know, you're gonna get great at it. But when you get great, still work like you're bad at it. You know what I'm saying? When you get it, act like you haven't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you got people where when you get it, they have a sense of arrogance. You know, I ain't got to work as hard no more. But that's when you start losing it, because there's always somebody else behind you, somebody else coming up, somebody else that got something new. So if you're not staying on top of your game, that new person's going to be behind you, and he just waiting his turn. And he's the one that's going to end up taking the spot. And you're going to be looking at him like, what is he doing that I'm not doing? It's not that he's doing something different. It's just he's respecting it. He's working harder than you. So you always got to work as hard as the next person around you.
What's the best way for a person to break up with their barber? Is that what you call it? You know, I don't want to go to you anymore. I want to go somewhere else. Do I just disappear, or do I tell you, hey, I'm not going to be coming to you no more?
It depends on how you do it. It depends on if
what's the right way?
If you're in the same shop as a person, if they're set up in a professional way, it's not going to hurt them. And the reason why is because as long as the money is flowing into our business, into this shop, why are we fussing amongst each other? We all eating, you know. Now, if you go into another shop, you don't have to say anything, because they're not going to see you no more if that barber does the right thing.
So you see me at the mall and you realize, wow, Jay, I haven't seen you in a couple months. Where you been?
Me personally, I'm the type, I'd be like, oh man, hey, you know, more power to you. If I did something wrong, I'm sorry about that. You know, I hope the other guy accommodates you right.
Yeah, it's always awkward for me when I'm leaving one barber, because I ultimately usually know that I'm going to be leaving you probably the last few visits. So I'm always contemplating whether I should tell you that I'm going to start seeing somebody else.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, if that barber is on his job, it's not going to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? It's really because people come, everybody needs a haircut. Just like you found another barber, somebody else is coming to see somebody, you know, another barber. So it's opportunity everywhere.
So do barbers get offended when you tell them to make a correction to your cut, or you tell them you didn't like the way that they did?
Yeah. Because you know, and the reason why is because we are artists. Like, it's just like Erykah Badu said, we are sensitive.
Well, I'm an artist about my craft too, but if my hair toe up, I'm gonna tell you. I need you to fix
and well, we respect it though. That's the thing about it. It hurts, but we respect
but
it,
and
it keeps us on our toes. Like you said, it's how you say it. Though. Like you got certain people that would say something and they'd be like, you know, say it in a snappy way, or you supposed to bow down to them. Or you got, you know, the other person that says, okay, you did this, can you do this better? If not, you know, it's okay, we do it next time type thing. Those are the type of people respect. But when you come in, you got this chip on your shoulder and you want to start problems, then that's when we start.
You have to be respectful. But what I don't like that a lot of barbers or hairstylists or people do out there is you give me an appointment at 10 and then you don't show up till 10:30, and then you got somebody that was supposed to be earlier than me, and then I got to wait 2 hours. I'm not coming back to you.
That's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah,
when you give somebody a time, just like you want that client to be there on time, you need to be on time for them.
Right. Now, let me ask you about this, because I have a big pet peeve about this.
Mm-hmm.
I go into a barbershop or I go into a hair salon or whatever, and the person that is about to do my hair look toe up. Now, why would you think somebody go come sit in your chair and you look toe up? I just want to know.
That is iffy with me. And the reason why is because when I was younger, my barber, you wouldn't think he was a barber because of the way he looked.
No, I'm talking about their hair.
I know.
Oh.
I'm saying, like, his hair was everywhere, scruffy beard, crazy. But he was the best barber in that shop, though. You know what I'm saying? He was eating. But at this day and age, though, and I feel like, me personally, if you're selling beauty,
you need to look like the part.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but the other part, Cherry, I've heard, having worked in the industry just a little bit, they say that they don't have the time necessarily
that's
to
the
do
thing
their
about it.
own
But
hair.
you do, though, because,
you got time.
with in the shop that I work at, when we close, if we talk to each other, we gonna cut each other hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's gonna happen, especially during the weekends. Like, in the weekends, we all going out during the weekends, so you gotta have a haircut. Now, if you don't care about yourself, then
that's an excuse. But you know what I like too is when you come in the shop, what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna talk more about that, and especially for women and for men. When you're coming in the shop, you don't want to come in there and it's toe up. I mean, and I'll tell you what I mean about being toe up. You guys stay tuned to us because we got some more information for you about Hair Kings.
Attention, licensed financial professionals. Are you looking to provide client solutions for longevity risks, withdrawal rate risks, and sequence of return risks? If you answered yes, then Game Plan Financial Marketing could be right for you. We help financial professionals at every level of production by providing mentoring, sales training, and marketing support to help you grow your business. At Game Plan, our top priority is supporting you and helping you reach that next level of success on your terms, not ours. New team members receive a personalized, step-by-step marketing guide to help take your business to the next level. Claim your copy today. Call Brian Cantrell at 404-889-6317. That's 404-889-6317. Offer is intended for licensed insurance professionals only. Become the new you at Cobb County Kia. Get 0% APR financing for 75 months on select new 2017 and 2018 Kia Forte, Sportage, Sorento, and Optimus. Kia has been voted #1 in initial quality by J.D. Power for the second year in a row. Shop Cobb County Kia in Kennesaw and CobbCountyKia.com. Down payment will vary with APR and credit. For example, 0.0% APR with $2,500 down payment provides for 75 monthly payments of $13.33 per 1,000 finance for qualified buyers. APR finance available through KMF to qualified buyers. See dealer for complete details.
Great leaders aren't born. They're made, and not just anywhere. They're made in special places by special qualified trainers in places like the Academy of Creative Coaching. The Academy of Creative Coaching is an international certification program with courses in health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, relationship coaching, executive coaching, life coaching, and cultural competency coaching. Courses are online, hybrid, or face-to-face. The Academy of Creative Coaching is empowering coaches to empower the world. Make a positive change in yourself and the world. Go to academyofcreativecoaching.com.
Everybody successful lays a blueprint out. You laid the blueprint out. I stayed true to my dreams, and by doing that, eventually they came true.
A lot of times, it's like in life, right? Life brings like drama, and you got to deal with this person, and then funky relationship here, and all these things. You try and just kind of balance them out as best I can.
Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what real beasts do.
Unleash your beast. Write your history.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. This is the part of the show where we say happy birthday to all of you out there celebrating birthdays. So let's get this started. We got a happy birthday to Natalia Andrade. Tremaine Pipkins, Jasmine Washington, Joseph Brian Heron, that's hardcore for the hard hitters out here in Georgia, Tony Glenn, Gisette Benz, Hood Art, Donald Wooden, J. Abdul Hakim, Michael Beecher, Eric Logan, Clinton Martin, Martha, and then Terrell Mack and Ronald Taylor. Happy birthday, guys, and to everyone else out there that are celebrating birthdays. Turn up for me, but turn up safely.
Sensation Station Network.
1 in 7 Americans will struggle with addiction during their lifetime. Want to know how you can help? Go to heretolisten.com for tips and tools to help turn addiction around. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction.
Invest $49 a month at a real gym.
For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
My savings are gone.
Okay, where were they last?
Here, right before I spent them on that vacation to Aruba.
Weird. Not weird. Not saving now means no money later. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Marie Callender's knows that you may not have time to roll out dough for a perfectly flaky crust that's made from scratch. Or enough time to mix vegetables with all white meat chicken and a homemade gravy. She knows you may not have a moment to crimp the edges of your favorite chicken pot pie. But Marie Callender's does. And when she's done, all you need to do is find time to grab someone special, sit down, and savor. Marie Callender's, it's time to savor.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
Football
I want
stadium.
to be a bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is big business. This is the American way.
Sensation Station Network.
See ya.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. If you're just joining us, we have been having a great conversation with Lance Stubbs, Barber out at Hair Kings, and also my good friend Jay Wesley with Cocktail Chronicles have joined us. I want to give a big shout out to Brenda B. Thank you for tuning in. If you're listening and you want to be a part of the conversation, go ahead, type your comment in the comment section. We'll read it out and we'll talk about it. If you're listening to us on TuneIn Radio, you want to be a part, go ahead and call 678-613-5857. Now, Lance, we were talking about appointment times and barbers looking toe up to do your head and stuff. And you were saying, yeah, but, you know, sometimes, and Jay said, we don't have time, you have time. Make the time. But my biggest thing is when you come in, you sit down, and I show you a picture, I tell you what I want my hair to be like, and you tell me, nah, that ain't what you want.
Right. It's, you know, like I said, we selling beauty, so, you know, it's a way you say things that, you know, people receive things different, you know. So if I see that I feel like something else looks better, I'm not going to tell you just no all the way up to your, you know, to your idea. I say, okay, I think this might look better. I'll do it, you know, what you want, but I think this might look better. Then you have the thought, okay, maybe it might, you know, it might look better. But if you just cast it upon somebody, like, nah, I'm going to do this, then somebody will be like, nah, I didn't ask for
that's not what I asked for. But you know what, I know I drive him crazy when I do this because I've gotten comfortable now. He'll say, how you want your hair cut? I say, you the barber. You know, he'd be like, really? I was like, yeah, just come here. You already know what my personality is like, what I like. Just cut it.
Yeah.
I know that has to be a pet peeve.
Nah. I mean, you know, I'm a simple person. I'm not the type that, you know, oh, you got to be this type. Nah, because it's different type of people in the world. So who am I to tell you to act like this or be like this? So be who you are. I'm going to be who I am, you know.
Yeah, because I do it all the time. He'll be like, how you want to cut? I don't know. Just cut it.
That's how I know we build a good relationship. Now we comfortable.
I was like, you the barber. I trust you. Just don't have me walking around here looking crazy. But
Right.
He does a really good job, guys. And actually, all of the gentlemen that I see out in the shop since I've been going there, like I said, it's very comfortable. to be a woman to walk into a barbershop and it's all men in there sometimes, it's not intimidating at all. I wasn't intimidated. I didn't feel uncomfortable. It actually was like a family type atmosphere. So kudos to you guys. And I always tell everybody about the shop because it's important to me, especially women, when we're coming to get our hair cut. We want to be comfortable when we walk in the shop. We don't want to be looking like we about to be somebody's steak dinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really appreciate that for your shop. So give the guys, again, where the barbershop is, the name, and how they can reach you.
Hair King Barbershop on Lawrenceville Highway in Grayson, Georgia. The address is 1365 Lawrenceville Highway, Grayson, Georgia. You can find me on Instagram, Lance the Barber. That's LanceThaBarber. Facebook is Lancy Stubbs.
You know, you said you don't even go to Facebook because that's
I
for
mean, hey,
wise
I
folks.
gotta appeal to everybody.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how you can reach me. You can reach me on either or.
And
and my style seat, styleseat.com/Lancy Stubbs, LancyStubbs.
All right, guys, stay tuned.
Get ready. Playing the best R&B and some hip-hop on Sensation Station Network.
We're more connected than ever before. 90% of America's students use some form of social media, but not all of it's used in a good way. Hurtful posts online are leading to social isolation for many. Psychologists say it's bullying in a brand new way. Well, Beyond Differences and I Keep Safe are looking to change that with ideas for students, their parents, and even teachers. Take the pledge to be kind online and learn more at wearekindonline.com.
JBT 700 Miami Circle 30324. It's not a chain, it's a chain reaction.
Invest $49 a month at a real gym.
For more info, go to facebook.com/Jeans Body Tech.
Attention, licensed financial professionals. Are you looking to provide client solutions for longevity risks, withdrawal rate risks, and sequence of return risks? If you answered yes, then Game Plan Financial Marketing could be right for you. We help financial professionals at every level of production by providing mentoring, sales training, and marketing support to help you grow your business. At Game Plan, our top priority is supporting you and helping you reach that next level of success on your terms, not ours. New team members receive a personalized, step-by-step marketing guide to help take your business to the next level. Claim your copy today. Call Brian Cantrell at 404-889-6317. That's 404-889-6317. Offer is intended for licensed insurance professionals only.
Indoor baseball, anyone?
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Viola Davis. Did you know that 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger? Growing up, I was one of those kids, but we can solve this. When we make breakfast happen for kids in our neighborhood, we have the power to end childhood hunger, create bigger, brighter school days, and healthier minds and bodies. Go to hungeris.org and lend your time or your voice.
We're hungry for more.
A message from the Albertsons Companies Foundation and the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
Welcome back to Destiny Talk Live. We're talking to Lance Stubbs, Barber at Hair King. I want to give a big shout out to Dennis Scott. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jay over here says that women are overbearing when they get their hair cut. Talking about they be all over the barber. But I like the way you answered that. You said that the only reason why the mothers are over the barber looking is because the barber hasn't made them feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. And that's true, because I know when I sit in the chair, I'm looking first. First of all, I'm looking at your head. You know, when I got in a new shop, you know, and I did. I ain't gonna lie, I scanned everybody's head, and I was like, all right, let me get that one right there. Because I want him to cut my hair. But it was really, all of them in there are really good guys. I joke a lot because they give me a hard time because they know I'm a Cowboy fan. And yes, there's an Eagles fan in that barbershop, but it's okay.
Black man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with it till the season start. Woo. You know, but no, for real, they're all great people. Jay, I want you to tell everybody again about your show, how they can tune in and so forth with you.
Absolutely. Jay Wesley with the 100 Proof Radio Show right here on the Sensation Station Network every Tuesday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And we are the show that teach you the do's and don'ts of drinking, teach you the unwritten and written rules of drinking, the spoken and the unspoken, so that you can navigate through different social settings and not have to embarrass yourself. So there aren't many places that you can go and learn what you should or should not be doing when it comes to drinking. So tune in to 100 Proof every Tuesday, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And be sure to follow me on all social media at Cocktail Cron, the number 1. Cron is short for Chronicles, CHRON. Or you can follow me on my personal pages at J.E. Wesley, WESLEY 06. So that's J.E. Wesley 06.
Okay, and I want to put this message out there one more time. If you're out in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, or in that area, Tucson, wherever, Arizona, California, we don't know where this young lady is. Her name is Kayla Jerome. She is 15 years old. Her height is 5'5". She weighs 120 pounds. Reddish brown hair with brown eyes. She was last seen wearing black and white striped top with gray sweatpants. It's very important that we all pull together and try to share this information and find this young lady. Her parents say she had suicidal tendencies and thoughts before she left, and she might be in company of somebody that is dangerous for her to be in company with. The reason why the police have not put anything out, they said because she left willingly from home. So we want to make sure that you guys get that information out there. If you go to my Destiny Talk Live Facebook page, you will see that post. Please share it as much as you can and put the word out there. We want to make sure we bring Kayla home safely. Lance, I really appreciate you coming in on the show today and dropping your knowledge. I know that you're not really 21. I'm going to figure it out. I think not. I don't know, Jay. What you think? The jury's still out, right?
Right, exactly. Someone said on social media that they want to see the proof themselves.
Yeah, they talking about something. They want to see a background check. He's like, look, let me show you. I ain't got nothing to hide.
But Cherry, I got one quick question for Lance. Do you all profile clients as they come in the shop to see who's going to tip, who's not going to tip? And does that have any...
Don't tell his secrets.
Nah, I'm be honest, because when you do that, then they're not going to tip. Because people can sense that. They can sense you.
But do barbers do that?
Barbers do it. But you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but everybody do it. Hey, big shout out to Charles Chenault. Thank you for tuning in. No, guys, he really is 21. I'm just giving him a hard time because he showed me at the shop. Because I really do appreciate the fact that you are out there letting young men know that it takes work, but you can make it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to follow the social norms, what society says you have to be. You can be just as successful as anyone else. Doesn't matter your age, just go out there and do it. But be true to who you are and true to your craft. Young ladies, he said out there, you have to love you more than you love the person that you're trying to be with. And loving you doesn't mean putting yourself down or dumbing yourself down to be a part of anybody's world. Walk in your greatness and walk in your purpose. Jay, I thank you so much as always. I love
pleasure.
you coming in and co-hosting and being a part of the show. Jay and I started this thing and journey together, so we kind of attached at the hip. And I really do appreciate all my listeners that tune in every Thursday. And you follow me on my social media page, Destiny Talk Live, on Facebook, Destiny Talk Live, Instagram, Destiny Talk Live, Twitter. On there, we make sure we put out our Black History Facts. It's going to go on for the rest of the year. Also, we also put on people who invent things, and I have my Destiny Talk Live Trailblazers. And those are people that are out there moving and shaking and making things happen in the out here in the world. So if you are somebody, you want to share your craft, all you have to do is hit me up at Destiny Talk Live at gmail.com. Send me your bio and a picture, and then I'll let you know if I'm going to feature you on the show and on the page. But Lance, again, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having someone come in, drop knowledge on us. I mean, he taught all of us old school, mature. He said wise. I got to get that right. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Destiny Talk Live, and I'll see you again next Thursday.